Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to try out Monari Station. Monari Station, I think that's how you pronounce it. This is another vainsane visual novel. I played Mia Might Break, I think last week or a few weeks ago. And I've played a few other vainsane visual novels. I have all of them, I think. So I'm going to continue playing them throughout the upcoming days. Oh, a bunch of people heading to work or school, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I didn't notice that the text would be automatic. They've probably caught it the same train countless times before. Until one day, something unbelievable happens. Somebody help me! Somebody help! Did you see that? She's trapped. Wait, she's still breathing? Monari Station. The news is reporting that all the trains are delayed. Amidst the commotion, a lone detective is briefed by a paramedic. Ah, yes. So basically, she's trapped between the platform and the train. Okay, got it. Understood it. And she's still alive? Yeah. I see. Why does he look disappointed? I'm Kesai. I'm the detective assigned to this incident, by the way. Hello, Kesai. Set in 3D. Is that her over there? Okay, give me a second. Let me make it so it doesn't automatically go forward. It is a little like hello stepbrother. Oh no, stepbrother. Okay, stop going forward. That's right, she's been stuck like that for the past 10 minutes or so. That's a horrible sight. Detective, can you hurry up with this already? I need to catch the train. Buddy, start walking. She jumped in front of the train. Just another suicide. That is literally not just another suicide. She's in between two worlds. No, she didn't. She was pushed. No, she tried to push some guy and she fell. Nobody seems to know what happened. Well, it could possibly be murder. Well, attempted murder, right? I see you're all over there working hard to save her. She won't survive. We're just keeping her calm and setting everything up to extract her. She won't survive? Question mark? We see this all the time with suicide. You see this all the time? It's the pressure of the train and the platform that's keeping her alive. Once the pressure is gone, she'll hemorrhage internally and die within minutes. I see. I'm late for work. Hurry up and finish this. Get the people out of here. Stop thinking about work. They're trying to save her. Idiot, inconveniencing all of us. If she wanted to do that, she should do it somewhere far away where nobody gets involved. This is why people aren't allowed to like congregate around these things. We don't know that it's a suicide yet. By the way, some of the train staff apprehended someone suspicious. Some of the bystanders say they saw him push her in front of the train. Although others say he wasn't even there when it all happened. Alright, I'll check it out. Kesai approaches a man surrounded by train station staff. He is tall and looks like he'd be a famous actor. He doesn't look young, but he isn't old enough to be called middle-aged either. Is that the suspect? I don't know why I couldn't say that. The train staff nods their head with some hesitation. Kesai learns from the train staff that the suspect is named Moto. It's so shocking what happened. Why are some people saying that you're involved in this? Well, I was nearby when all this happened. And I do stand out a bit in crowds. I was busy getting ready for my role in Morbius. Some people are saying you pushed her in front of the train. I would never do such a thing. I don't think I was even close to her when all this happened. I think they've got cameras here. If you look at them, you'll see what really happened. Either way, I'm happy to help in any way I can. I see. Just take a seat over there and wait for me. I need to look into some things. I guess I need to talk to the victim. Kesai begins walking towards the victim. While walking, he gets surrounded by onlookers and people waiting for the train. Seriously, get these people out of here. He finally makes it to a cordoned off section of the platform. I'm Detective Kesai. I'm here to work out what happened this morning. I don't know what happened. I see. Could I get your name? Remy, I think the paramedics have my bag. Remy, have you had any trouble with people in the past few days, weeks, or even months? Trouble like what? Like getting into fights and stuff? Anything where someone might hold a grudge against you? No, I barely talked to anyone. Didn't even want to catch the stupid train this morning anyway. But my doctor said I needed to come to the clinic. Doctor? Yes, a doctor, a psychiatrist to be precise. So you can end your investigation now. Just say I tried to kill myself and that I'm a mental case. That's not what I'm going to do. Remy glances at the onlookers. Look over there, they all want to go to work and get on with their day. Can someone hurry up and get me out of this? I'm probably going to lose my legs, right? I'm not sure. Well, I can't feel anything below my torso. Great, now I'm not only mentally disabled, I'll also be physically disabled too. The paramedics near Remy start to look very solemn. Remy is quick to notice their faces. Oh, I see. I'm gonna fucking die, aren't I? Nobody's saying that. Look, I know this is a terrible situation to be in, but I really need your help. I need to get to the bottom of what happened here. So you don't know of anyone that might have wanted to hurt you, or maybe just disliked you? No. Alright, thank you, Remy. I'll be back in a moment. Kesai begins walking back towards the suspect. This is how I solve, mysteries in detective games. Just walk back and forth until I get a clue. Are you going to finish up already? I'm late for a meeting. She did it to herself. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. Look at her. She fits the profile of the type of person who does this. Well, that's fucked up. Please, let me investigate. The bystanders move out of the way as Kesai heads back to where the suspect is waiting. Apparently the victim doesn't have any negative history with anyone in the past weeks to month. In fact, she says she hasn't seen anyone for a long time. Why are you telling the suspect that? I see. So you're saying that you think she did this to herself? Well, that's the one thing she denies. She denies she did this to herself. So she thinks someone did this to her. She didn't go that far. Well, whatever the situation, I'm willing to help in any way I can. Why are you telling me this? Isn't this like evidence? You're quite cooperative for someone who has been accused of pushing her. Oh well, I didn't push her, and I want to help to get to the bottom of whether someone did. That poor girl. This is tricky. Should I show the suspect to Remy to see whether she might know him? But she's literally spending her final moments alive right now. Regardless of whether she did this to herself, she's going to be dead very soon. Maybe it's better to let her be calm and at peace for these final moments. But what if she really was pushed? And if she was pushed, is it likely to be this guy of all people? Would I want to know the truth if I were in her position? But I don't even know if she did this to herself or not. If she did, then she wouldn't be wondering about any potential suspect right now. What should I do? Alright, well, let's save here. Let's bring Moto to Remy. I think that's the bad end. Alright, come with me for a moment. The suspect, looking a bit surprised, walks beside Kesai. I'm here to finish the fucking job. Pushes him into the train. They eventually make it to the platform. However, the moment the suspect becomes visible to Remy, her face changes completely. Remy starts screaming at the top of her lungs. Her eyes become bloodshot. What's going on? Oh my god, it's one of my fans. Someone please calm her down. Remy starts to push her body away from the train and the platform. Get away, get the fuck away. I can't stay here, I have to get out of here. He's going to... Paramedics try to restrain her as much as possible. However, her constant pushing back and forth causes the delicate harness she's in to break. Suddenly her face turns pale. Having slightly dislodged herself from her original position, her internal organs start to rupture. Ugh. Remy loses consciousness within seconds and she face plants onto the platform. Okay, we need to get her out ASAP. Oh god, paramedics and train staff begin their operations to move the train away from the platform. Within a minute or two, they safely extract Remy's full body onto a stretcher. However, she's lifeless. Her entire body is limp and she isn't breathing. No pulse, we need to defibrillate her. The paramedics do the best they can as they follow protocol, but it's clear that it's just a formality. Remy is rushed to the hospital where she's pronounced dead on arrival. Remy's violence and crazed response to seeing the suspect prompts further investigation. However, there was nothing tangibly linking the suspect to Remy. Furthermore, the camera footage was inconclusive. Because it was rush hour, it was impossible to determine whether Remy was pushed or jumped herself. Due to Remy's history with mental health, the authorities ultimately deem it a suicide. Remy's case becomes one of many daily cases throughout the country where people decide to end their lives via train. Kesai, looking back on the case, can't help but feel frustrated and unsure. I think that's like a common feeling in his life. He feels like he could have done things differently. Although Remy still would have died, closure and clarity might have been possible. And the end. Okay, so when I first saw this game, I thought the void behind her was another world. I thought that she was in a different dimension, like half of her. But I guess she is literally just, it's like censored. She's up against the thing, against the train. I can't just bring him to her in this state. I can probably just take a photo and show it to her. Do you have any ID on you, Moto? Of course. Are you asking for my photo op? I gave it to the train staff. The train staff hands Kesai some ID documents. They also hand him a business card. Alright, so you're not from the city? No, I'm just visiting for business. But unfortunately, it looks like I'll have to be put on hold for the time being. That'll have to be put on hold. And you work in the entertainment industry? That's right, for the past 20 or so years. So that's why you're dressed like that? Yeah, no suit and tie for me. One of the perks of this line of work. Do you mind if I show your ID to the victim to see if she knows you? Not at all. Although from what I saw, I don't think I've ever seen her before. She's like a teenage girl or something, right? She's not a teenager, but she's young. I see. Okay, well, he's being very creepy. Anyway, I'll be back. Kesai walks back towards the platform. Once again, he's ambushed by bystanders. Get these fuckers out of here. Train staff eases their concerns by reassuring them the train will start running again soon. They say it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes for full service to resume. Kesai makes it back to Remy, but is approached by a paramedic first. She looks a little more tired than before. Her face has started to lose some color. She's doing okay, but I'd give her 20 minutes at best. 20 minutes? 20 minutes is the best case scenario. We're just trying to keep her calm so she doesn't suffer any more than she has to. Kesai slowly steps towards Remy. Hey, are you alright? Could be better. How can I be alright? Look at the state I'm in. You're right, it's just that I talked to the suspect. Is this someone you might know? Kesai carefully shows the photo of Moto to Remy. How the hell? Who the hell? Kesai immediately pulls back the photo so Remy can't see it. I can't fucking believe this. Remy starts violently rocking back and forth. However, before she can hurt herself, paramedics step in. The paramedics restrain Remy as she slowly calms down. Remy, do you know this person? Is that why you reacted like that? Please don't do this to me right now. She's not doing well. I wouldn't cause any unnecessary stress. But clearly there's some connection here. Alright. Another saves. Let's see. Well, obviously we need to comfort her first, but let's be a little pushy. Remy, we need to get to the truth here. You clearly know him, so what's the connection between you and him? Why does that even fucking matter? I'm going to die anyway. This is tricky. Goes by the name of Moto. Does the name sound familiar to you? No. I can't just let it end here. Alright, let's do it again. Did Moto do this to you? No. So you know who he is then? I don't want to answer. There has to be a better approach. I should focus more on the circumstances of today. For me, it's important that we understand what really happened today. Okay, let's be very, again, this is the very pushy route. Did you jump in front of the train today? What do you think? Remy, please answer my question. I had an appointment. Why would I want to die? Why is she being so vague? It's hard to believe what she's saying. Make it clear that she doesn't need to justify anything. You know, I think the sound that that sound is that I'm doing all the wrong options. You know, being honest protects you the most, right? What do you mean protects her from what? From like going to hell for lying? I'm going to fucking die. Why would I care about being protected? Don't you have family? Is that a threat? Don't you want them to know what really happened? It's okay, they'll never find out. What does she mean by that? Maybe I need to keep pressing forward. Okay, let's just ask her once again. Alright, Remy, you don't have to tell me anymore if you don't want to. Great. And yet, you didn't get pushed. There's no way you'd understand. Suddenly, a paramedic pulls Kesai aside for a moment. She's starting to deteriorate. We've got all the equipment ready to pull her out. If you keep talking, I'd say you've got a little over 10 minutes left. Even if you pull her out right now, she's got no chance of surviving? No. Even if you get her to the hospital within minutes? The body simply can't handle the loss of blood that will occur when we set her free? I see. Remy looks even worse than she did a few minutes ago. Remy's face and arms begin to lose color. So this is it. Kesai feels an overwhelming sense of urgency. Remy, you need to tell me what really happened. Please, we don't have enough time. What, you want to squeeze the truth out of me before I die? That's not what I mean. You haven't pressed me about what happened. Kesai waves the paramedics over to him. Please bring me the victim's bags. I need to inspect it. For fuck's sake. These are all the belongings we found. The paramedics hand Kesai a black handbag. Kesai begins fishing through the bag, trying to find something useful. He notices the bag is full of dirty tissues, food wrappers, and empty pill cases. Remy's expression sours as she watches Kesai go through all her belongings in front of her. Everything you expected, right? Kesai ignores Remy as he spots the ID the paramedics mentioned earlier. This is the story of a girl. Kesai shines his torch on the ID and inspects it closely. This ID is fake. Remy, if that even is your real name, what's going on here? The ID is real. I don't know what you're talking about. Remy, I work for the police. I know what a fake ID looks like. And this is a fake ID. Remy, you need to come clean. Okay, well, let me save here because there's been a lot of branching paths. Okay, let's aggressively interrogate. Remy, you need to tell me the truth. You know it's an offense to carry and use fake identification, right? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, Kesai? As soon as you're out of here, I'll have no choice but to arrest you. What are you talking about? I thought I was gonna fucking die. What do you mean you'll arrest me? Look, if you come clean, I might be able to use my discretion regarding what to do. There's like bad cop and good cop, except it's bad cop and stupid cop at the same time. But at this stage, it's clear that you've committed a crime. Alright, let's talk about Moto for a moment. It's clear to me that you know him. I don't, he's nobody. Stop lying to me! Remy, we don't have time. You're about to die. Tell me what you know about Moto. Let's aggressively ask Remy about it. Why did you react so violently to the photo of him? What did he do to you, Remy? Tell me. Remy's breathing quickens. She looks extremely distressed by Kesai's questioning. I hate all of this. I hate this. I hate this stupid life. Tell me, don't play the victim card with me. What do you mean, play the victim card? She's literally about to die. I'm about to die, you asshole. Of course I'm a victim. Please, Remy. And how does this relate to the psychiatrist? What does that have to do with any of this? Why the fuck do I have to be treated like this? I'm gonna die. I can't even catch a break in my final moments. Remy. Okay, let's keep on being aggressive. Remy, you shouldn't be using a fake ID if you didn't want to be treated like this. Why do you need to see a psychiatrist? What's with all these medications you're taking? Because of everything I've been put through. Why the fuck else? You're pretty dumb for a detective. What have you been through? Did Moto do this to you? I wish I could just die already. Remy looks as if she's on the verge of saying something she might regret. Suddenly, Remy looks even paler than she did a few minutes ago. I hate this. I hate all of this. I hate this fucking shit. Paramedics begin checking her vital signs. It's starting to reach the final stages. How long does she have? Only a few minutes. If she gets any worse than this, we'll be forced to release her. It's protocol. I understand. Remy, now struggling to breathe, urges Kesai to come closer. Remy, we only have a bit of time. Please tell me the truth. Remy has a solemn look on her face. I know Moto. I've known him since I was a teenager. I see. He said he worked in the entertainment industry. Were you some kind of talent? Kind of. Okay, here's where the disgusting stuff comes out. Remy sighs deeply. When I was a teenager, I was one of the most hated kids in the country. Okay, damn. One of the most hated? I really didn't want to relive all of this, but you're forcing me to. Tell me more. When I was 14, I would go to convenience stores. I would take the bread off the shelves. I'd lick the bread and put it back on the shelf so nobody would notice. I'd film all of this and post it to social media. It's Ariana Grande? I remember hearing about this on the news. So you're the girl who did all that? Yeah. I remember they couldn't reveal your identity because you were underage. Maybe not on the news, but on social media my real identity was revealed. I was receiving death threats. My family was receiving death threats. It was hell. Remy starts to cry, but her sadness turns to intense anger. That's when Moto came into the picture. He signed me to this company. He promised he'd make all the bad things go away. He promised he'd turn me into a movie star. Remy looks at Kesai with eyes that seem ready to strangle him. Does telling you this make you happy? I'm just here to get to the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it is for you. Moto used his company and his industry connections to paint me as a victim instead of a delinquent, antisocial teen. Big names in the entertainment industry came to defend me, insisting I was just an abused kid with no hope, looking for attention. It worked. The death threats stopped. People started to sympathize with me. So Moto saved you? Obviously not, idiot. Kisai's questions triggered deep-rooted anger in Remy, turning her pale face red. Of course not, he's the fucking reason for all of this. Don't you realize that his help came with a price? The brief burst of anger subsides as Remy's face becomes even paler than before. The way he controlled my life, the way I was forced to do things. Each time Remy speaks, she seems to use every ounce of her strength. He turned me into a soulless puppet. What did he make you do? If he's committed a crime, you need to tell me before it's too late. I hate Kesai. Remy ignores Kesai. I tried to get help. I tried to tell others, the media, but he's too powerful. He blocked everything I tried to do. Remy, please, you have to be more specific. What exactly did he do? I can bring him to justice, please. This guy can't bring anybody to justice. He's so annoying. Remy once again ignores Kesai, looking annoyed. So that's my story, and that's why I have a fake ID. The only option left for me was to change cities and do everything possible to change my identity. To live a life free from him, but a life without my family, a life of solitude. I had to give up everything to live the life I'd been living until today. Once again, intense hatred fills Remy's eyes. He found me. That's why he came today. He wanted to show me that no matter what I do, he'll always find me. Remy starts to look delirious. So he fucking killed me. So he did push you. He fucking killed me. He killed the last hope I had for life then and there. Remy's eyes fill with blood and her nose begins to bleed. I hate you so much too. You're just like him. You do anything to get what you want. But has anyone ever thought about what I want? What I want? Remy gnashes her teeth as her hatred and excruciating pain give way to unconsciousness. She goes limp. Vitals down. We need to get going. Everyone engage the systems. We need to get her out ASAP. Paramedics quickly escort Kesai away from Remy. Remy's lifeless body is lifted onto a stretcher. Within a minute, she is taken out of the area and onto an ambulance. Remy is confirmed dead on arrival at a nearby hospital. Kesai, conflicted and full of anger, pursues and investigates Moto for weeks afterward. However, security footage shows that although Moto was on the platform, he never came close to Remy. Kesai's personal investigation leads only to unconfirmed rumors from bitter former employees about Moto's behavior. However, nothing concrete arises. Nothing happens to Moto and Remy's real identity is disclosed to her family. Ultimately, the incident is ruled yet another suicide at the train station committed by a mentally ill young person. Kesai feels immense frustration about the incidents and continues to harbor deep-seated hatred toward Moto. Kesai vows to one day bring Moto to justice. Okay, now let's actually, try to be nice. Okay, let's comfort her first. Alright, don't worry, we can deal with that later. I just want peace. Is there anything I can do? No. Okay, I think my dog just tried to escape my apartment, but he goes by the name of Moto. Does that name sound familiar to you? No. I just can't let it end here. Okay, let's drop the question for now. I understand that it might be hard to talk about. Why was it important for you to go to the psychiatrist today? Because I got tired of running away from everything. What do you mean? You wouldn't understand. There has to be a better approach. I should focus more on the circumstances of today. Remy, it's important that we understand what really happened today. Okay, let's let her explain. So what did happen today, Remy? Look, I just wanted to get to my appointment. The next moment there's all this commotion and I fell in front of the train. Right, so this wasn't intentional. Yeah. Why is she being so vague? It's hard to believe what she's saying. Okay, let's continue letting her explain. Remy, you need to remember that I'm not here to judge you. Whatever you did today, I just want the facts. I'm not here to shame you, to embarrass you, or anything like that. That's nice, I guess. What does she mean by that? Women are so they're so vague. They say exactly what they mean. What do they mean? Maybe I need to keep pressing forward. Okay, just let her be. Suddenly, a paramedic pulls Kesai aside for a moment. She's starting to deteriorate. We've got all the equipment ready to pull her out. If you keep talking, I'd say you can get it. Okay, so this is stuff that we've gone through before. Even if you pull her out, she's got a chance of surviving. No. Yada yada yada. I see you. Okay, Remy starts to look worse than she did a few minutes ago. Remy's face and arms start to lose color. So this is it. Kesai looks back at Remy with concern and sympathy. I wish it didn't have to be this way, but I want to thank you. Thank me? Yeah. You didn't keep pressing me about what happened. I didn't want to risk your health. I feel like my health was already at risk even before this happened. What do you mean? My whole life has just been one catastrophe after another. I never felt like I had any control, even with what happened today. This could be going somewhere. I hate Kesai. Kesai's like the worst character in this one. And one of them is a creep. Is Moto. Maybe now that she's calm, I can get a bit of clarity. Okay, let her finish her thoughts, obviously, asshole. I feel like even if I went to the psychiatrist today, nothing would have changed. Living like a shell of a human, that's what I've subjected myself to. What do you mean by that? I've had to give up so many things just to survive that I've been left with nothing. Kesai leans slightly closer to Rumi. You know, I'm going to have to write all this down. It's called an incident report. I hate Kesai. I see. Is that like a permanent record of everything that happened today? That's right. Does it really have to include every single detail? Okay. Okay, that's wrong. Yes, I'm a detective, Remy. It's my job. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. What, is there something you wanted me to leave out? Never mind. What's your family situation like? Today is just about me. It doesn't need to involve anyone. Okay, let's be aggressive again. Remy, I'm sure you have loved ones that want to know the truth. How do you know that? I don't know the specifics about your family, but in situations like this, it's different. You don't know anything about me. Suddenly, Remy looks even paler than she did a few minutes ago. I don't want it. Leave it. Paramedics start to check her vital signs. It's starting to get to the final stages. How long does she have? Only a few minutes. Okay, so Remy now struggling to breathe, urges Kesai to come closer. Remy, are you feeling okay? You could have interrogated me more, but you didn't. Why? I just feel like given the situation, you shouldn't go through more stress than necessary. Thanks. You don't need to thank me for doing something any decent person would do. But seeing as you were asking, Moto was on the platform. And he pushed you? No. But you wouldn't be in a situation you're in right now if he hadn't been on the platform. Who knows? You know, I had to change my name and everything to get to where I am today. Your name isn't Remy? It doesn't matter anymore. Changing cities, getting a fake ID, it never really mattered now that I'm here. What do you mean by that, Remy? You changed your identity? You know, I tried to speak out about everything that happened to me once. I never knew just how powerful he was. He controls everything. Moto? Speak about what? Look, it doesn't really fucking matter anymore. Once again, thanks for not being too hard on me during these final moments. Remy. And for what it's worth, I jumped. Moto had nothing to do with this. Ultimately, this was my doing. So leave Moto out of this. It has nothing to do with him. Remy starts to lose all strength in her upper body. Her eyes begin to drift away. Kesai, realizing that the time for questioning is over, gently holds Remy's arm. Remy gently grips Kesai's hand for a moment, then she goes limp. Vitals are down, we need to get going. Everyone engage the system, we need to get her out ASAP. They pull her out, Remy's lifeless body is placed onto a stretcher, and then they take her to the hospital, where she is confirmed dead on arrival. Kesai keeps the report scant, including only key details he feels he won't impede Remy's privacy. The ensuing investigation concludes that Remy was yet another young person who committed suicide at the train station. The news briefly reports that there was a delay on the subway line due to an accident, however no other details are provided. Everyone continues with their commute as if nothing ever happened. Kesai feels torn about what he should or shouldn't have done. Ultimately, he feels he asked the hard questions but ensured Remy's last moments weren't needlessly painful. He knew she had experienced a rough life, but he still ponders whether he could have done more. Surveillance footage eventually shows that Moto was in Remy's vicinity but never came close to her. No charges are laid and the incident is put to rest. Kesai never forgets Remy grabbing his hand with her last ounce of strength. Okay, now let's try to get like the good ending. Okay, so I think it's here. Okay, allow certain details to be left out. Look, there's always discretion when it comes to what I include and what I don't include. I just don't want to cause anyone unnecessary pain, that's all. What's that supposed to mean? What else could it mean? It's just that this situation could affect others, you know? What's your family situation like? Today's just about me, doesn't need to involve anyone. Okay, let's respect your decision. Remy, I don't have a clue about your background or what you've been through. If you really don't want others to know, then I'll do what I can. Thank you. I can't give you any guarantees though, I'm just a detective. Suddenly Remy looks even paler than she did a few minutes ago. I don't want it, leave it. They check her vital signs, she only has a few minutes. Remy, now struggling to breathe, urges Kesai to come closer. Remy, are you feeling okay? Remy grabs onto Kesai's hands. Kesai grabs her hand back and stares into her eyes. I never thought this is how it would end. Hang in there, Remy. The way you didn't force me to do anything today. I feel like it's the first bit of peace I've had in a very long time. It's like you treated me like a human being. It's how I treat everyone, Remy. I hate Kesai. I hate him so much. Thank you. I can tell you have a loving family, good upbringing. I wasn't as lucky. Hell, well, maybe one or two were kind of alright. That must have been tough for me. All my life I feel like I've been running, just running. And you know what? What's that? I think today was the day I decided I didn't need to run anymore. Today I just wanted to stop running. That's why this happened. Remy's grips on Kesai's hand starts to weaken. You remind me a bit of my dad. A few tears roll down Remy's face. Kesai embraces Remy for a moment. No! Remy's lifeless body is pulled onto a stretcher. Within a minute, she is taken out of the area and into an ambulance. Remy is confirmed dead on arrival at a nearby hospital. Kesai respects Remy's wishes and keeps his report on the incident scant. The ensuing investigation concludes that Remy was yet another young person who committed suicide at the train station. And then briefly, however, no other details are provided. Everyone continues with their commute as if nothing happened. Ultimately, he feels as though he made Remy as comfortable as possible. He knew she had experienced a rough life, but he still ponders whether he could have done more. Okay. However, today Kesai will never forget. Okay, let me check to see if there is another ending. There is another ending. Okay, we have to solve the case. Okay, so I think that the last ending is if we just kind of push through. We're just pushy from the beginning. So here, bringing Moto to Remy kills her. So let's do this. And let's gently interrogate Remy. Remy, please, what's all this about? A young girl like you, why are you going around with fake identification? What's really going on here? Why do you think someone like me would have to use fake identification? I'll give you a hint, it's not to buy cigarettes. I understand that, Remy, but I need to know the truth. Alright, let's talk about Moto for a moment. It's clear to me that you know him. I don't, he's nobody. Stop lying to me! Remy, we don't have time. Tell me what you know about Moto. Okay, gently ask. Remy, I know he must have done something too. The way you reacted was a trauma response. I want to help you, Remy. If he did something, I can help you if you tell me. Do you know how many times I've been told that? What do you mean? You reported Moto before? It doesn't matter anymore. Remy, if he's done anything, you need to tell me, please. And how does this relate to the psychiatrist? What does that have to do with any of this? Why the fuck do I have to be treated like this? I'm going to die. I can't even catch a break in my final moments. Remy. Okay, let's gently ask her about her mental health. Remy, I can tell you have a lot to deal with. I can see that you've been through so much, that life has been cruel to you. Yeah, that's an understatement. So what issues have you been discussing with the psychiatrist? That's confidential. Did Moto cause them? Sometimes I don't even know anymore. Remy, if you tell me the truth, I promise I'll make Moto answer for his crimes. Suddenly, Remy looks even paler than she did a few minutes ago. I hate this. I hate all of this. I hate this fucking shit. How long does she have? Yada yada yada. Remy, now struggling to breathe, urges Kesai to come closer. Remy, we only have a bit of time. Please tell me the truth. Remy has a solemn look on her face. I know Moto. I see. I tried to leave his company. I used to be one of his talents, signed to his company. So that's why you reacted the way you did to the photo. I really didn't want to talk about this stuff. My final moments, reliving this. Look, it's alright, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. Except for telling me about Moto, which you don't want to, but I need it. If you tell me, I'll be able to do something. If Moto did something, I can bring him to justice. I tried speaking out before, I tried to bring his actions to the public. What happened? He's too powerful. I couldn't do anything. Remy, did he do something to you? Did he commit a crime? Remy sighs, showing significant discomfort at Kesai's questions. Look, the reason I have a fake ID is because I tried to escape from everything. I had to abandon everything I knew just for peace. Or so I thought. The fake ID, it was to run away from Moto? It's getting harder to speak. Rage fills Remy's eyes. Look, he was on the platform, okay? So he pushed you? Remy's rage turns to delirium. Remy, he pushed you? He murdered you? He didn't even have to do anything. Remy goes limp. So I think that Remy saw him and then just jumped. Kesai, conflicted and confused, pursues and investigates Moto for weeks afterward. Kesai has trouble discovering exactly what Remy meant regarding what Moto did to her. Nothing concrete arises, just online rumors that Moto shouldn't be trusted. Nothing happens to Moto and Remy's real identity is disclosed to her family. I wonder if this is related to the other stuff, because I think I have everything. I think I have all the endings. And it's kind of sad that you can't really save her. I think you can't. If I go through here, because I'm going through like the Steam achievements, which I don't know if they speak about it, but it has everything. Like I have all the achievements now, so I'm guessing I have all the endings. This might be related to the other stories, the other vainsane visual novels. So we'll see if we get anything from there. But anyway, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.